Hi, Eric Gibault, and today I'm going to try to answer a big question. Among the 13 cameras Fujifilm has, which one is for you? Depending on your taste, your use, all this, I'm going to try to clarify the cameras they have, who for, what for, all this. So let's try to make it understandable. Let's start. First of all, I have tested all the Fujifilm cameras I'm going to speak about today, except the X-T33, but actually I know this camera because the X-T33 is the same inside as the XM5, yeah, most of it, and the outside, if I can tell, is the same as the X-T30 and 32 that actually presented, so I know how it works. And I also have 4 Fujifilm cameras myself. I've got the XC1 that I will not speak about today because I speak about cameras in production in 2025. I've got the XS20 that I bought when it came out. I've got also the JFX 100S2 and also the X106 that I don't have with me today because I lent it to Ingrid that loved to play with it. So we're going to check this, try to organize by features and things like this, so maybe it helps you decide which one suits you best according to your taste, your budget, and what you want to do. So let's carry on. First, if you don't know Fujifilm, it's important to know that they don't just sell and make cameras. They also sell or create a photography way of doing things. And actually, they have 2 philosophies. One is the classical way that you can find here on the XE1, when you will find wheels like you have the speed, shutter speed that is here, you have the aperture that is on the lens. Obviously, if you don't have a lens with aperture, you can still manage with the wheel, but the idea is to have typical analog wheels that you would find on film photography. And the other line is the more modern type, if I would say comparable to what other brands do, where you will find here the typical PSAM mode. And yes, you can still find a lens with the aperturing, but you can also manage directly from here. Same thing when we look, this is the XS20, and here if you look at the JFX, same idea, you have a screen here, but still you have the wheels here, and you don't have this shutter speed ring on top. And this is probably why so many people love Fujifilm, because of this classical style that some of the camera have, and many people come to this because they come from film photography, or they want to have this feeling of film photography, and they love these analog dials or similar to analog dials where you can pick your shutter speed, your aperture, all this, and some people love this. So I'm going to try to classify all 13 cameras in 4 categories depending on the level of use. First, the entry-level, travel light, starting creator. B, advanced creator, street photography, travel, contents. C, professional APS-C, because Fujifilm has 2 sensor size. One is APS-C, one is medium format. So C category would be professional APS-C, and then the medium format GFX. So it's hard to organize, okay? So to tell you a bit which camera and the main features, first we're going to start with a fun camera. Some people call it a toy, other people call it a great camera, so it depends on you and on the user. It is a half frame, vertical half frame, 1-inch sensor, 18 megapixel, almost 18. It's really thought for fun, published on social networks, all this. It works only in JPEG, no IBIS, no weather sealing. It's just a fun camera, I would say. Then you get 2 cameras in this category. The XM5 with an APS-C sensor of 26 million pixels. You can change lenses, obviously. There is no viewfinder, it's just a monitor. Then you can still flip it on the side, because the idea is you can use it for creating contents. You actually have 3 microphones, so it depends on how you oriented the camera. And it's really thought for people who start with that, and they don't need to have a viewfinder, so it's fine for them. Then you have its little sister or brother or big sister, big brother, don't know, the Fujifilm X-T33. Same idea, but you have a viewfinder, The screen is not a flip screen to the side, you can tilt it only, but it's still great camera. Advanced videos, really similar feature to the XM5. Basically, you have a viewfinder and the monitor is different. Both are without IBIS, without weather sealing, because for that price range and for this level, it's normally you don't have this, okay? So that was the entry level. Then you have the advanced creator. I don't like this creator name because people think it's just for video. Actually, creator can be for photography, for anything, but still, marketing nowadays use that kind of word, so I use it so you see what I speak about. Street photography, travel, content creator. And here you have 4 cameras. The first one is the XS20 that I've got myself. Great little camera. You can swivel the screen towards because it's really balanced between photography and videography. 26 million pixel, IBIS. It's not weather sealing, but it's a great camera for many use. I really love to get it with me when I travel. It's really practical. Then you have the XE5. Two big difference. One, the viewfinder is on the side. This is an XE1, but the same idea. You have a rangefinder look viewfinder on the side. The sensor has more resolution, 40 million pixel. You have IBIS. It is a flip screen. This old one was a fixed, but now the screen, you can tilt it like this and even to the top, so you can actually record yourself watching in a selfie mode. So that's great. Single slot memory card, no weather sealing. And then you get to the XT50, which is really an XE5 with a viewfinder in the center, similar idea that you have with the XS20. Sometimes it's hard to decide which one between the XS20 the XT50 because they have the same look but different sensor resolution. But the XT50 has 40 million pixel, IBIS, it is a 3-way tilt screen, and I would say it's a camera people who are on a budget, who want to do mainly photography, love, okay? People get the XS20, they still think maybe you will use it for video. But you can do video with both anyway. So the two brothers are XE5, XT50, really depending on where you want the viewfinder to be, basically, okay? Then you get a separate camera in this range, which is the X106, which is classical look with an optical viewfinder, with a fixed lens you cannot change. And this is a camera you would use for traveling, for street photography. It's really a different camera. Some people consider it as a pro camera, other people as a fun camera, other people as a toy camera. Well, there are so many opinions about this X106. But still, it's weather sealed. All the one before are not weather sealed, but this one is weather sealed when you place a special ring and a filter, so it's possible. The XE5, the XS20 and the XT50 are not weather sealed, and it is also it also has an IBIS and 14 million pixel. So that gives you an idea of this second entry level or advanced level, I would say. Then we get to the professional APS-C, and here you will find 3 cameras. The XT5 with 40 million pixel, IBIS, weather sealed, 3-way tilt screen, dual SD UHS-2 card, and it's a camera many people use it for wedding photography, for social photography, for press, because it's not too big, it has a great result, it's practical to use, it's not that big, so many people buy this. Then you have the XH2. That looks really as like a small GFX with a screen here and things like this. Buttons are this way. And it has 40 million pixel, IBIS, fully articulated screen. It can shoot 8K 30p. Yes, many people consider this camera as a photography camera, but thanks to the 40 million pixel, you can still do 8K. It has dual slot, CF Express and SD. And it is really, the two high-end cameras are the XH2 and the XH2S. The second one is 26 million pixel because it's more for action, action photography or videography when you want something that capture like 4K 120p. It is they actually complete each other. Many people have both the XH2 and the X2S, depending if you want to do video, or they want to do photography, or video in slow motion, or video with the real high resolution. They will use both and mix the footage or the pictures together. So it depends what you want to do. And both have IBIS and weather sealing, advanced weather sealing. So these are the two flagship in APS-C format by Fujifilm. Then we get to the JFX format, medium format, which is 33 by 44 millimeter, larger than full frame, and there are three cameras: the JFX 100S2, the JFX 102, and the JFX 100RF. All three have 102 million pixel resolution. All three have advanced weather sealing, but only two have IBIS, which is the 100S2 and the 102. The JFX 100RF has no IBIS. Some people complain about that, okay? But still, I've used it, I presented it, it's fine, no problem for me, unless you really drop your speed, okay? Dual memory card on all of them, but on the JFX 102, you just don't have just two UHS-2 cards. You also have a CF Express card, because you can actually record video in 8K. So you do need to have a really massive card, memory card, and a fast memory card, okay? So that would be the big difference. The 100S2 is more for a normal use, and the 102 is more for action or advanced video. If we look at the JFX 100RF, it's really a similar use to the X106, but in medium format, where you will go around, make your picture on the street, reportage, traveling, all this. So this is basically the whole lot of cameras. Obviously, I cannot tell you all the features. At the end, I'll give you, show you a table with all the different, more information than what I just told. But obviously, if you are interested in any of these cameras, I recommend you go to Fujifilm website and check the exact list of features, because some you probably need to know, and I didn't tell because I thought the video would be too long. So we're going to carry on organizing our cameras in different ways, depending on how you want to use them. By the way, if you wanted to help me, don't forget I've activated the member area of my YouTube channel. There's a join button just below, and you will receive a small star next to your name, so I know you helped me and I answer your question with priority. I also have affiliate links in the description. Please use them. And if you wanted to buy Luminon Neo or Aperti by Skylum, you get a 10% discount with my code ERIC10. 10% on top of any offer they have. So you still place your code and you save some money. And with ERIC20, you get 20% discount on Gain Faith website, where you will find all accessories by KF Concepts, and more brands. So use it. You save some money. That helps me. Everyone happy. So let's speak about different way of classifying the cameras depending on your needs. If you need IBIS, it's important to know which camera has it. First, the cameras with IBIS: XS20, XE5, XT50, X106, XT5, XH2, XH2S, JFX 100S2 and JFX 102. And the one that don't have IBIS, XOF, XM5, XT33, JFX 100RF. Do you always need IBIS? It depends on what you do. If you do video, well, that's great to have some IBIS. If you do low light photography and you need to drop your shutter speed, obviously this is a plus to have an IBIS. Do you always need to have IBIS? No, it depends on you. Many people live without, but still, if it's important to you, here are the cameras that have IBIS. Then another criteria that is important to many people is the weather sealing. Yes, maybe you work with a rain or a lot of dust and you want to make sure your camera will not get damaged inside. The camera with sealing are the XT5, XH2, XH2S and the 3 JFX. Then there is one that is not weather sealed unless you put a ring and a filter, which is the X106, so it can be weather sealed. That's fine. And the ones that are not sealed are the XOF, XM5, XS20, XE5, XT32, and XT50. Is it a problem not to have a weather sealed camera? Well, something depends what you do. For many years we've been using weather sealed camera without problem, but we had to take care not to be on really hard rain straight on the camera, or clean it straight away, or maybe dust, make sure or you have the camera against the dust, or if the wind is giving straight into the camera or getting into the camera with dust. It all depends, okay? But weather sealing is always a plus when you are in harsh situation. There's one thing that is fantastic with Fujifilm. They have only 2 types of batteries. So, like my XS20 used the same battery as my JFX. So this is great. So maybe I can have 5 batteries for 2 cameras instead of 3 each or 4 each. So that's great. So there are 2 families. The MPW126, which is 26S, sorry. This is the smaller battery. This is for the XOF, XM5, XE5, XT33, XT50 and X106. And the larger one, which is the NPW235. And it is for the XS20, XT5, XH2, XH2S, JFX, the 3 JFX use that battery. So I think this is important to take this into account because sometimes you can save some money, okay? Then for many people, sensor resolution is really important. They have 4 sensor definition. The first one is the XOF with almost 18 million pixels. This is a 1-inch vertical sensor, really, like this, off size, thought for social networks, okay? Then you have 26 million pixel APS-C you will find on the XM5, XS20, XT33 and XH2S. The XH2S has a 26 million pixel, but I think this is a backlit sensor. It's a bit different, okay? But it doesn't matter. The idea is to give you the resolution. Then you have 40 million pixel APS-C with the XE5, XT50, X106, XT5 and XH2. And then you have the 3 JFX medium format that have 102 million pixels. Do you need to have a really high resolution? Depends on you. Maybe you need to reframe, or maybe out of one picture you want to take a small detail and you want it to have with enough resolution. Then obviously 40 or 102 million pixels is a big plus. But sometimes you don't need that. You're going to send straight to social networks and you don't really need to have a lot of resolution, and 26 will be fine. So it's important to know that, but there are this way of splitting the cameras and seeing based on resolution. Are you still lost? Okay, I'm going to try to simplify it, okay? You want to buy your camera, your first camera probably, you right now use a smartphone, you want something affordable, easy to use and still give good quality. You have 3 possibilities. XM5, this is a great little camera, no viewfinder, no IBIS, no weather sealing, but still really great camera, thought as much for photography as videography. Then you have the XT33, which is the same, different look with a viewfinder, okay, and a great little camera, fantastic. And then you have one that is more fun camera, the XOF, that many people will not have as a one and only camera, but as a second camera, even if their main camera is really advanced. But it's fun, it's JPEG, vertical orientation, so for social networks, stories and things like this, this is great. Then you have a more advanced use. You want to do travel, vlog, street, documentary, daily use. Well, there are 4 possible cameras, the XS20, the XE5 and the XT50 and the X106. Quick differences, well, they all have IBIS, but they're not, none of them are weather sealed except the X106 that you can weather seal it, placing a ring and a filter, so that's great. And also take into account they don't have all the same resolution, so it depends on what you want to do. But as a second level, I think this is a great 4 options, great. Then maybe you are a person that wants to work with the camera. So I would see 3 possibilities, the XT5, XH2, XH2S, if we speak about APS-C sensor. The XT5 is really a great camera, video, photography, great price for what it offers, fantastic. Then you have high level like the XH2, great if you want to do 8K videos, but also high resolution photography in APS-C format. They're fantastic. And then if you're more towards action like wildlife, sport photography, or video with slow motion, really high slow motion, you can, or really slow motion I should say, you have the XH2S. And then at the top you have the JFX line. I think if you're interested in JFX camera, probably you're not watching this video, you probably know what you want, so I don't have to tell much. Just say that these 3 JFX cameras are just fantastic. Is it possible to speak about Fujifilm without speaking about film simulation? Yes, many people are attracted by this look, this vintage look, retro look. But many people came to Fujifilm thanks to their film simulation. What is that? It's only in JPEG, but will give a film look to your pictures. Many people say you don't need that. If you work in RAW file, why should you bother with that? And others say, well, I love them, I use them a lot. So it depends on what you want to do and how you make your pictures, all this. Personally, I use RAW plus JPEG in 2 cameras and RAW file only in 2 other cameras. When I look at this one, the XE1, there is a fixed film simulation. I always leave the same. This is my toy play camera, okay, so it doesn't really matter. Then on my X106, I use film simulation and RAW file. I change film according to what I want to do, but I always have the RAW file in case I would need to fine-tune or do something completely different in post-production. And then on my XS20 and JFX, I use only RAW file because I think for what I do with these 2 cameras, this doesn't make sense to have a film simulation. But still, I think many people love them, they exist, so it's great to have this possibility, and logically I have to tell it. So, I've spoken about 13 camera bodies. This is crazy. Honestly, I think it's impossible not to find one Fujifilm camera that suits your needs because there are so many possibilities. I hope this video actually helps you decide on 2 or 3 and then fine-tune about your research or your thinking about it. But I think this is why so many Fujifilm users, they have several Fuji cameras, because sometimes they have a medium format and a one that is just for everyday camera. Others that are really similar to cameras. One, they use it more for videos and the other one for photography. But I think there are plenty of cameras to choose from really entry level to really high-end level. So this is fantastic. So I hope this video clarifies a bit more about what Fujifilm does. Actually, I made a similar video with Lumix. I'll leave you the link here because many people were asking the differences between one Lumix and the other, all this. Here I tried to make it as simple as possible, but it was difficult because there are so many features on each camera. So thank you so much for watching the video. If you feel it may interest other people, please share it on social networks. If you have not done it yet, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, the small button down here and there's a small bell. If you click on the bell, you will get notified when I upload a new video. My website, ericgibaud.com. If you have any question, you can leave a comment below. Also, I also remind you, I've got the member area. You click on join button just below, you will get a small star next to your name, so I answer your question with priority. Also have affiliated links in description. Please use them, that really helps me. And if you wanted to buy Luminar Neo or Aperty, you get 10% discount with my code ERIC10, 10% on top of any offer they have. You still place a code, it's even cheaper for you. And with ERIC20, you get a 20% discount on Ken Faith website, where you will find all the accessories by Kev Concept and more brands. So use it, that saves you some money and that helps me. So fantastic. Thank you so much. Also leave you my PayPal account in case you wanted to make a donation. Thank you very much. Please take care of yourself and see you soon. Bye.